Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Zane. I'm still sick, so if anyone's seeing this and you can't hear me very well, I'm very sorry. I have a very bad nasal infection which is also messing with my throat. So it's very hard to talk right now. This video is on what happened to Darian Long and him losing his job because I'll put it to you like this. I've done 2 videos on what happened to Darian Long. Well, 1 video and my thoughts on how black people act. I may connect them both to this video. Now the first video I did is why Darian Long did what he did to a woman who was from Atlanta and got tased. It was on the internet, it's been shown so many times, and I said in that video that pretty much both the father and mother were irresponsible for their kids and for each other. And it just made black people just look very bad. Now I did just get a comment for that particular video that's quite old, just a couple of hours ago. I don't remember who the YouTuber is. I think Black something. I'm sorry, I'm still very sick, so I'm taking medicine for it. It makes me a little drowsy. But she pretty much said that you don't know a damn thing, shut the fuck up. You know what? I'm going to say this. The things I said on that video for the Atlanta guard who tased the mother and the video for what's wrong with black people, they're pretty much right. Now I'm going to give it to you like this for anyone who's watching. In general, black people have this one big problem. Next to still using the nigger word, which I said in What's Wrong with Black People. They don't want to accept how they act. They don't. Look, there are a lot of very refined, very educated black people. There are very ignorant black people. There are people in between. It doesn't matter if you're light-skinned or black-skinned. Doesn't make a difference. You speak Spanish or if you don't. There are some black people who also speak Spanish along with English. It makes no difference. When it comes down to it, black people tend to not want to hear the truth. And this is for being black myself. I am a mixed black man. I am proud of my heritage being mixed. Now I know a lot of people are saying out there, why don't you want to make you just black? Because I'm not pure black. My heritage is mixed. And there's nothing wrong with saying you're mixed. If you say you're mixed, it sounds like a stigma. It isn't. It sounds like you don't want to be a part of the community. That's not the truth. You have to admit who you are. You're made up of different people that give you a rich background. And if you can't accept that, then you can't accept being black. Black people in America, all black people in America, Afro-Americans, now African-Americans, Afro-Americans, anyone who is the descendant of someone that was brought here from mostly Western Africa. Of course, in Africa, many parts of the African continent had people taken from it and then shipped to America. But the majority of them, if you do the research on your own, came from West Africa. And the thing that people don't understand is every American black is mixed with something. If it's not Native American, which is also me. If it's not Puerto Rican, which is also me. Which if it's not Chinese, which also that covers my heritage. It could also be Puerto Rican, which covers my heritage as well along with black. For more than 200 years, black people are mixed with different cultures. If it's not Irish, German, Chinese, Native American, which did happen quite a lot. Excuse me, my throat really is bad right now. It's mixed. And the thing that black people don't want to admit next to that is that they have a serious problem. They don't want to admit that they act foolish. They act ignorant. Not just because they haven't been educated. It's because they have no respect in themselves. They don't care. They think they're entitled to everything because of what happened over 500 years ago. Here's the problem. And if no one likes this, I understand. Give me a reason, like I said in the comments for my for my Atlanta video. Someone, just like I said, left a comment saying I don't know shit. Leave a comment below to tell me if I'm wrong, the reasons. If you don't have the guts to tell me without cursing at me and giving me a reason, then you don't understand anything. But this is a simple reason. Every black person believes, not all of them, but almost every one of them feels like they're entitled to some respect. Now, that's nothing wrong with that. Our ancestors were treated very badly. They were. They were taken from the land. They were brought here. They were beaten half to death or raped. And if they did meet someone that wasn't black or dark-skinned, they couldn't marry them. If you wonder how I say about that, go look at the Hodge twins video on Hodge twins and Are We Black? I don't know if I'll connect that video to it, but they're black, and people keep thinking they're not black, they're mixed. Their ancestor was black and had a husband, well, not legally, he was Irish. I may even connect that video to this as well. You can look at all this stuff for yourself. Now, of course, that means they're not pure black from Africa, but who is pure black from Africa? Only people who directly came from Africa now can be considered pure Africans. We're not. But the problem here is this. This man went and attacked someone that was already banned from the store. And I'm talking about Darian Long. He has a hard job. Well, he did have a hard job before he was arrested. And if he hadn't been arrested, he would have been basically removed from there because they had to do the budget cuts on that mall. But pretty much, if people act so foolish, so disrespectful to curse and make noise in a store, to be selling drugs in the store, to be inebriated or drugged out in the store, what are you supposed to do then? I've seen some of the comments on the Advice Show TV. And a lot of people are saying the man deserved what he get. Really. I saw one person said, one man can't do a difference. You need the National Guard. Really? You want to go back to that? That's what happened between the 40s, 50s, and 60s, where they had to call the National Guard on people to try and control them. That's what we talk about what happened during the race riots, as well as when there was civil rights going on. To start getting hit with water from hoses. I'm not saying our military would do that. I'm not saying the National Guard would do that. I'm not. They're not going to do that. But you get what I'm saying. Does that make it any better? The black community doesn't want to admit they have a serious problem on their hands. That they have people who believe they're entitled, one. And it's not because they're ignorant. It's because they believe that everyone owes them for what happened to them 500 years ago. Well, get this. There's only a certain amount of time that you can be owed. A lot of people got what they wanted. We saw a man who is a mixed black American in a Barack Obama become president. We've had many people who are in politics who are black or mixed black. We got people in the military, high ranking, that are mixed black. We got exactly what you wanted. We have people who are mixed descent, who are either pure-blooded black or their parents currently, they were not pure black. It really doesn't matter. All black people are already mixed as it is. There's not one pure black person from Africa. Not one, unless you come directly from Africa in the last 30 to 40 years, who is still young, within our age bracket, within the age of 30 or 40 or 50. There is none. If you can't accept that, not my problem, but that's the truth. But honestly, you got what you wanted. You got people who are black or African mixed descent in high-ranking positions. You got people who are mixed black who have worked their asses off, became lawyers, became doctors, became firefighters, became police officers, became generals. You can't tell me there aren't black generals. People who are mixed black got got exactly what they wanted because they earned it. And what do we get from the black community? When they don't act a certain way that they don't like, they're all called Uncle Toms, traitors, people who don't care about the black community. The black community is the traitor. You know why? Because when they see everything that their families their ancestors, their grandparents, their great-grandparents, their parents have always screamed for. They got it. But guess what? They disrespect it. This man went a little too far. Yes. The man that he was going after was banned from the store. And instead of directly approaching the man, having it on film of his digital camera, now we don't do film anymore, having it on the digital camera, he attacked the man. Was that right? No. Just like the man on this video I'm connecting, the Advice Show TV, he's completely 100% correct. If you're dealing with people, if this is not just about black people, there are also people in different cultures who do it, but we are black that we're talking about here. And unfortunately, black people are the ones who are the most problem here, wanting to accept this. If you see people who have this type of attitude every day, you will go over the line eventually or go crazy. I'm glad that he didn't go over the line before. Unfortunately, he did now. I'm very terribly bad about it. He got exactly what he deserved. He went over the line. Now he has to pay for it, just like any person supposed to. Black people don't want to hear that either. When you break the law, you pay for it. I've heard so many people say, oh, that guy was so good. Yeah, if he was, how did he get himself in that type of trouble? You find later he was doing drugs. Oh, it's because of society. No, it's because the guy wanted to do it eventually. Not just because it was society. Because there are other people who had less than him that had came up and made something out of themselves. You don't like Clarence Thomas? Clarence Thomas lived on a farm sharecropping. He was born on a farm that was a sharecropping farm. Where is he now? Supreme Justice. And what do we get? He's nothing but a fucking Uncle Tom because he doesn't think about his own people. The man came from a farm that picked cotton over 200 some odd years ago. That's what our ancestors used to do. And he rose to be a Supreme Justice. And people treat him like shit. That shows how bad the black community is, and they don't understand a damn thing. The only thing they want is to feel like they have the right to treat people like crap and act any way they want. The person who left a comment for my, excuse me, for my Atlanta, Georgia video, you should think about this. If you see this, sir, or if you see this miss, whoever it was, think about this for a minute. Think about what it said. Instead of just jumping conclusions and cursing me out. Anybody who sees this video, including the man from the Advice Show, I wish to say you do very good work. And I commend you as a black man. And if you do understand what I'm saying, I'm sure you might agree that black people don't want to hear this. And they should be ashamed of themselves, that they should understand we need to change. We should not act the same way we've always acted for how many years? Because we believe we're entitled to getting whatever the hell we want. If we're better than everyone else, then how come we're being treated worse than anyone else? Because we act better than anyone else. We need to stop. We need to stop this foolishness. The man should have never jumped on that guy in the mall. But guess what? If the guy was already banned, and every other person that he had to tase had been acting so terrible, doing something illegal or foolish, he wouldn't even need to be even in existence, because black people act the way they do. Black people need to understand, they need to change. I said in my video what's wrong with black people. Look at it for yourself. Look at the Atlanta video that I made. And the Hodge twins, I'm going to find that video, I'm going to connect it to that one as well. Look at all three videos for yourself. For the ones that are connected to it and what I've said. Think about this. Black people in total really need to understand and to learn. This is not about ignorance of not being educated or having a good history or having a good place to live. This is about attitude, the entire community. No matter if it's in New York, New Jersey, Long Island, Maine, Georgia, California, makes no difference. People need to change now, and I really hope people understand this. So I hope you enjoyed this Zane's Other View. Subscribe and comment. Understand I do wrestling videos 90% of the time I do wrestling videos. Currently, my teenage review hasn't been done yet. I'm still very sick. I'm hoping to do this later tonight. So I hope you'll be understanding. This crazy weather is making a lot of people sick. I'm no different. So I really hope you enjoy this video, and I will be getting my impact out as soon as possible. Take care.